Morning, kings and queens. Sabria here, on my way to my 9 to 5. Um, just finished listening to Todd the Millionaire's podcast. I love that brother because he puts in front of us different people who look like us doing the same thing. Hadn't been doing it very long, some have been, but it's just encouragement to tell us all that we can do it. As I'm listening to him, in my mind, I'm going through, you got to get out there. You got to get out there. Now, on the back end, I am getting out there. I went driving for dollars. I'm here in South Florida, so I work in Boca, live in Port St. Lucie, and while I was at work on lunch, I went out to my little Jamaican restaurant, and I started riding around because that's really the hood where that is, right? Even though the beach is 3 blocks away. And I'm so sick of seeing our people living and being so depressed and in such a depressed and oppressed situation. I got a lot of numbers because it's like Duplex City over there, and that's like a gold mine for me. Although I'm looking for 5, 6, 7, 8 units, but anything that's a backup for me. Is if I got one vacancy and another one, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of a cushion. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, so I took a bunch of addresses down. I saw realtors and with her sign in one of the yards was a fellow queen. I'm gonna give her a call today. Went on the website last night when I got home from work, looked up the properties, looked up the owners. But I am out here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've talked to a few people. I called a broker in the Orlando area because I was thinking Orlando multifamily. That's where it's at, right? Maybe that's a budding. I mean, that's a mini metropolis. It's not really a big city, but has a lot of stuff going on over there. But I called him. He was a commercial broker. He was a king. And that was the reason why I called him. And he really was into more commercial, not real estate, but like office building, mall, things like that. So I told him, well, thank you. Do you have any recommendations for a co-realtor, a co-worker or a different realty company that I can contact who would have 5+ units that are off market that I should call to make a contact with? And he told me this name, and I was like, that's the next person I got on my list. And I said, Ty, thank you, and I appreciate you for taking my call, and you have a wonderful day. And just the way I presented myself and came across to him professional, polite, this brother called me back like 2 minutes later. Literally 2 minutes later, and we sat on the phone for 10 to 15 minutes, and we just talked about the market. And he told me, Orlando really isn't that great for multifamily because it's already been saturated, but on the outskirts and and if I was you, I would focus on Kissimmee and all these different things. And he was telling me how he was in he had a few multifamilies, and I think he said he either stopped investing in them or went to single family. And I asked him, well, what made you do that? Because my interest is in multifamily, and I feel like I can quickly assess value that way. So, 1 moment. But he told me what he thought, and we talked for a while, and I was just appreciative of him calling back. And it just shows me that when you go out there, you put yourself out there, and when you network, it will pay off. Trust it. Trust yourself, trust the process, and do what you have to do. Represent yourself well. Don't be afraid. This is your business. Take control. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking control. As I end, I'm going in here. I'm going to give them what I owe them for these few hours, but then I'm coming out here and I'm shooting my shot the rest of the time. On lunch, when I'm not in meetings, when I don't have work I have to work on, at home, I am digesting everything. I'm getting a list of all kind of books to read. I'm reading, I'm podcasting, I'm YouTubing, I'm analyzing deals, I'm reaching out to brokers, just, or to whoever the seller is, and say, can you send me your financials? And and really truly taking a look at analyzing some deals. And now I'm like, okay, so many other ideas are popping in my head. I just can't even handle them all. I wish I could execute them all, but I know it's smart to focus on just laser intent focus on doing what I'm doing now. So I'm not going to get distracted, even though I'm like, well, what if the opportunities in there? What if someone does this in the market before I get a chance to do? Well, if they do, then that was for them to do. And just because they did it doesn't mean that I couldn't do it as well. So I'm gonna focus on getting this first deal done within the next 90 days. As I said, I had to put myself out there, because if I don't put myself out there and I'm only accountable to me, it's 50% chance that I may take an out. But if I put myself out there and I'm accountable to you all and everyone's watching, I'm less likely to take a way out. I'm more likely to exceed my goal. So let's go out here and shoot our shot. Talk to you guys later.